TIFU by going on a date with a crazy catfish and not bailing. This girl and I met on Instagram. In the pictures she had sent, she looked very much my kind and I enjoyed the conversations with her, so I thought to ask her out. We decided to go to the movies. Now, this is where all my problems began. I'm on the phone with her trying to figure out where she is when she says, "Oh, look behind you, I can see you." I turn around, and God behold, I see someone completely different from the pictures she had sent. In the photos, she looked about 5 feet 6 inches, very pretty face and a nice body. What I saw was a 4 feet 4 inches extremely overweight girl that looked completely different from what I had seen. Now at first, I was a bit weirded out, but I thought, oh well, it's not all about looks, and continued the date without calling it out as I had enjoyed our conversations prior, a huge mistake in hindsight. We go off to book our tickets, find our seats and settle.
So now the movie is about to start and she hasn't said a word, so I want to start some sort of conversation with her, but every time I try to say anything I instantly get shot down because she's busy chatting with her friends. Fine, I thought, let's wait till the movie starts. The movie begins and I try to move a little bit closer to her, but she keeps moving away, so I just let it go. She then turns around and says something about the movie which I can't remember, but a remark has to be made. This girl has never brushed her teeth, and I mean never. Her breath absolutely stank. I couldn't even look in her general direction while she was speaking. But this wasn't even the problem. A bit into the movie, this girl tells me she wants to say anything. Now what she told me next absolutely shocked me. She says that she's been doing something called shifting, where she transfers her consciousness into another reality and lives her life with other people. And currently in her other reality, she's dating a Marvel character that she's deeply in love with and has been since she's 10. Now at this point, the blood is rushing to my head. I have so many questions. Why did she agree to go on a date if she's already dating someone in her different reality? Why did she never bring this up? And the biggest thought of all, is this girl insane? I'm very off-put now and just lean the other direction and try to watch the movie while not seeming very upset. Keep in mind I just got rejected by this catfish because she's dating a Marvel character in a different reality. I just want to finish this stupid date and leave. When the movie is finally over, I try to explain that I'm going to leave, but she says she's really hungry and wants to go for a bite.
We go to a wings place, and she orders about 5 portions of wings. I just want to leave at this point, so I don't order anything. While we're waiting for her food, I ask her about her whole shifting thing. What she said next made me even more furious. She says that she's been into shifting for 2 years and that she's deeply in love with this Marvel character. So I think that maybe she's actually able to somehow do this. And if so, I ask her how often she does it. This girl tells me that in the last 2 years, she's only managed to do it once. Yes, once. She had a 1-hour dream about a Marvel character. And now she apparently is dating him and loves him. And that's why she doesn't want me to get near her. This girl must be absolutely insane. But what happened next was the final straw. I didn't mention it yet, but throughout the entire date, she's had a very bad cough. And I kept thinking maybe she's just asthmatic or something. So I ask her. She replies, "Oh, no, I just have COVID." What? You're just telling me this now? Unfortunately, it was too late for me to leave. I try to lean back and stay away from her to not catch her COVID. And the moment she is done eating, I thank her for the date, pay for the food and jolt out of there. TLDR. I stayed throughout this excruciatingly terrible date despite all the red flags. One being that the girl looked nothing like the photos, and 2 that she was already dating a Marvel character in an alternate reality, where she's been practicing shifting into this alternate reality for 2 years but has only managed to do it once. Yet she's deeply in love with this Marvel character. And she wouldn't let me get near her because it feels like cheating. And finally, she had COVID and didn't think it was a good idea to mention it.
Is this girl insane? That was still a question in your mind?
Dude. Her being busy chatting was a really early clue to get out of there. The bad breath should have been the deal sealer. What's up with you that you would stick around for someone who's obviously started out by completely misrepresenting themselves? Tell her you're going to the bathroom, then run for the hills. No one needs to stick around for that kind of torture. This sounds like an Impractical Jokers-like situation where she had someone watching the whole thing from another location, who was telling her what to say and do through an earpiece, and she would win if you stuck it out. Through the movie, she got bonus points by getting you to go out for food after and to pay for it too. Lol.
I dated a girl who said she was going to be Kurt Cobain's wife. This was in 2005. I cannot blame you for staying because honestly this kind of crazy deserves an audience for at least a bit.
The most FCKED up part about all of this is that you actually tried to move closer to her during the movies. I hope her Marvel character doesn't find you went on a date with her and comes and kicks your ass. Why did she agree to go on a date if she's already dating someone in her different reality? Why did she never bring this up? This is the really important question. I went on a date with someone and he thought he was God. We met online and played COD and such things. He never mentioned anything about that he is a god. Then he told me everything about all the gods that live in our world and that he can teleport himself. I wanted that he showed me how he can teleport him. But he couldn't because my head would explode. Or implode? That would be too much for my human brain. After the date he wanted that I drive him to the rail station LMAO. Oh, the things people will put up with when they're hoping to score. If this is true, you need to have more respect for yourself op. It was too late for me to leave. It's never too late to leave a date where someone's disrespecting you. Especially if your health, safety is at risk. At least you got a good story. Hope you're okay. Drink lots of water. I got one for you. When I was 19, I went on a date with a girl my age. She photoshopped her pics and was much bigger than I had thought. I let it go because she had a pretty face and was cute AF. She had a quiet, mysterious nature. Took her 2 hours to open up to me after we got to my apartment. I ask her what she's into and responds with the following. I'm paraphrasing. It was much longer. I don't even exist and neither do you. Nothing does. All knowledge is false. Nothing can ever be known. Before we were born, we didn't exist, and after we die we won't exist ever again. Suicide is the answer. I'm a promortalist. My entire apartment is empty with black walls. I'm leaving because I want to die. Sorry, I guess. No exaggeration. Now, this girl was going to an Ivy League for a math degree. She was very smart when we chatted via text, and from what I picked up from her OkCupid profile, I was her first date ever. Fast forward 4 months later and I decide to check up on her on Facebook. She died. She actually killed herself. Relatives had been posting "RIP" and "I miss you" messages on her Facebook. I thought maybe she was just a little mentally unstable. I didn't think she'd actually ever do it. Jesus Christ. Man. It's not a single TIFU. You kept TIFU till the very end. Just learn undetected ways to escape buildings as soon as a peril appears. Do an awareness training and set boundaries. Red lines which will never be crossed without consequences. Sorry for my bad English, I only possess a basic knowledge of them. Is no one going to comment on the fact that he thinks it's okay to have a conversation in the middle of a movie at a movie theater? Maybe this date was karma for all your past transgressions. Wow, that's totally surreal. Let this be a lesson to bail at the first sign of a red flag. I know it happens, but it astounds me that people lie about who they are and their appearance online. Especially if they intend to meet IRL. Like, what do people think is going to happen? It's so baffling. Hopefully your next dating experience goes better, mate. Shouldn't have gone to the movies for a first date, rookie mistake. Have you tested yourself for COVID since the date, or is it still too early? We go to a wings place. And she orders about 5 portions of wings. I just want to leave at this point, so I don't order anything. And the moment she is done eating, I thank her for the date. Pay for the food and jolt out of there. Dude, you weren't her date. You were her meal ticket. After all, her alternate reality BF can't buy her food. Life tip: don't be such a pushover. Don't be such a massive people pleaser. You think you're just being nice, but you're doing damage to your own self. The fact that she catfished you should have been the last and only straw, because by catfishing you, she lead you on, betrayed your trust, disrespected you as a person, and so much more. It's not all about looks, is true, but the fact that she catfished you should have given you an opening to see the kind of personality she has. You're a grown person. Start making your own decisions and respecting yourself more. Thank you for stoking even more of my anxiety when it comes to online dating.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TheULTmATeroloor is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.